and my heart is beating fast. I'm like, what class is she in? Like, I'm finna go knock her head off her shoulders. Like, I didn't even care about what we were learning in class anymore. It's at this point I want to fight. Hey everybody. Hey girls. Hi guys. Hey girls. Hi guys. It's Triniti J. ASMR. And today, I have a messy story time for you guys. But before we get into it, I need you to like the video. Like it, because it's gonna be good. Comment, let me know that you're here. Let me know how you feel about the story and things like that. And also subscribe if you haven't. Let's get into it. So I feel like to enhance my storytelling, I need a little lollipop. So I have this blow pop right here that's gonna turn into gum once I'm done with it, but we'll see if we get to the gum during this video. Alright, now there we go. So I'm gonna be talking about how my friend betrayed me for my boyfriend. Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you why I said it that way instead of saying why my boyfriend betrayed me for my friend. So let's get into it. I probably should have got the apple blow pop, but the sour apple is a little better than this one, but whatever. It's cool. So this happened when I was in, I want to say, what grade was I in? Was this before high school? Girl, I was young. I want to say this was around, I'm going to say maybe like freshman year, sophomore year of high school. So I had this friend, we're going to call her Tia. Okay, so me and Tia were good friends. She used to come to my house. She spent the night. We used to go to house parties together. Like, we were good friends, you know what I'm saying, for a couple years actually before the mess happened. So we just did a lot together. Like, we used to go to parties together. I used to let her come over my house when things were going on at her house. You know, she had family drama, or when her mom kicked her out, she was welcomed at my house. You know, my mom fed her. We just basically treated her like a sister. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and my twin. We treated her like a good friend, you know, a sister. Like, oh, you can come over, it's okay. If you want to get away from the stress of your normal life in your home, then it's okay, come over, you know, relieve that stress. You shouldn't be having to deal with half the stuff you're dealing with anyway. I am gonna get detailed in this story because you guys will never know who this person is. So yeah. Okay, so in school we had maybe like one class together or whatever, and we would study, you know what I'm saying, when we got home from school, just different things like that. Like, we were really like locked in, you know what I'm saying. I would fight for her, she would fight for me, you know. So like, we were really tight. Anytime there was drama or anything like that, I could go to her and be like, hey, this is what's going on, and she was ready to pop off, just like it was with me. Like, you was not about to play with her, you know what I'm saying. Like, everybody knew that we were friends. Everybody knew that I would ride for her, period, you know what I'm saying. So okay, that's all good. We went to parties. Like, house parties were a thing when I was younger. I used to throw house parties. We used to go to house parties and things like that. Like, I live in a small city, so house parties were the way was at somebody's house or we rented out a location. We threw parties, we went to parties. That was just our thing on the weekends. We did that. So me and my sister, we threw a couple parties when we were younger. I'd say like we probably threw like a total of maybe 7 parties or something like that. One of my house parties is actually on YouTube. I did a music video years ago, and I recorded it at one of my house parties. Like, our house parties used to be so lit. Like, we used to have like 200 people in our house. We would clear out all the furniture, take everything down off the walls, and my parents would allow us to have parties. Now, we made good money. We used to charge everybody like $5 and $10. I think we charged the girls $5 and we charged the boys $10. And like, everybody knew that the twins were lit, and that's what we were known for, our good house parties or whatever. So she came to basically almost all of the house parties, I think. Yeah, like I think we almost got into a fight with some other girls at my house, but that's a whole nother story time. Like, first of all, those girls were so out of place to think that they could try me in my house. Like, are you serious? In my house? Girl, you are crazy. But that's a whole nother story time. But anyway, yeah, she was there for that. So I say that to say that we spent a lot of time together and we were just down for each other. Like, when it comes to this, when it comes to being there for each other, I would say that we were good on that part. So, alright, now back to the house parties. So, there was this guy that I was talking to at the time. I really liked him. We were starting to get serious. Now, I can't really say he was my boyfriend because we hadn't gotten to that point yet, but we were talking and we were doing things, you know what I'm saying? And I really liked him, and he was the only guy that I was really giving the attention to, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I used to, you know, dance at different parties. I would dance on different guys and he would dance on girls or whatever. But he never crossed me. Like, he never danced with a girl that I consider my friend, or anything like that. And we discussed that and we decided that it was okay for us to do that because, I don't know, we were just okay with it. We were young, we were living, and I didn't want to hold him back from having fun. If you want to dance with a girl, go ahead, because I'm going to have my fun and I'm going to dance with these boys, okay? So, that was that. That was pretty much our relationship. We texted all the time, talked on the phone. He came to my house a couple of times or whatever, and it was a pretty cool situationship, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I can't call him my boyfriend, but we were talking and all my friends knew that we were talking. So he was off limits when it came to the parties and get-togethers and things like that. One day, what happened? There was a kickback at a hotel, and I took my friend with me. And I want to say it was me, her, and another girl. Okay, so I introduced. No. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm messing the story up. So the other friend threw a get-together for her birthday at a hotel. And that's when I invited him to come. So we're drinking and things like that, and we're getting tipsy, and we're just having fun or whatever. He comes, you know, I'm giving him my attention. We talking to each other, we're vibing, you know, laughing, playing different games or whatever, you know, we're just chilling or whatever. So that was the first time I introduced this particular friend to the guy, right? So I wasn't thinking nothing of it, like, you know, hey friend, this is the guy that I've been telling you about, you know, la 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 la. So not only did I tell her that I liked him and that we talked all the time, but I was telling her about the things that we were doing, which was more than a friend would do, if you know what I mean. I'm trying not to get too detailed because I have kids that watch me, but y'all know what I mean. So we were doing the do at the time, right? And I told my friend about it. I told her how nice it was. I was just like, you know, it was lit, you know. So I'm telling her how good it is and everything like that. So I didn't think nothing of it. Time went by. I'm still talking to him, you know. The school year is progressing. cousin, the friend that I'm talking about, he is Tia's cousin. So basically he told me, oh, the dude you talked to came and picked up my cousin. And I'm like, what? That can't be right. We can't be talking about the same person. He like, oh, does he look like this? He's this height. He's this complexion. He drive this car. I'm like, yeah, but that can't be right. Like, nah, Tia knows not to talk to him, so that's not right. So days and days go by. We're just trying to figure it out, put the two pieces together, and comes to find out it was him. So basically, the guy I was talking to picked Tia up from my good guy friend's house, right? And they had sex. Oh my god. Oh my god. So he told me this in class. Matter of fact, I said we was like in 10th grade. Nah, I think this was later on. This might have been like 11th to 12th grade. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. But he picked her up. They had sex. He told me this in class, and my heart is beating fast. I'm like, what class is she in? Like, I'm finna go knock her head off her shoulders. Like, I didn't even care about what we were learning in class anymore. It's at this point I want to we were in our last period of school, and I'm just hot. Like, I'm mad. I can't focus no more. I got questions. I want to talk to him, and I want to slap her. And I say that because she is my friend. She is somebody I told secrets to. She's somebody I invited into my home. We fed her. We cared for her. You know what I'm saying? When her family treated her like a dog, we were there for her. So that's why I say she betrayed me and not him, because like I said, we weren't in a full committed relationship, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, he didn't really owe me loyalty, even though I felt like he was wrong for it, you know? Like, why would you do that? Like, I never did anything to him like that. So yeah, he was wrong too. But I felt like she was more wrong because we had more history as friends than I had history with him as a, whatever you want to call it, cuddy buddy or whatever, because that's really what it was. But anyway, when the class ended, before I got on the bus, I'm looking around for her. I cannot find her. So I'm like, whatever, I'ma see her in school. I'm not gonna trip. I'ma see her around school. So I got on the bus, went home. I'm mad. I'm telling my twin about it. Like, I'm telling my mama about it. Like, she really did that. I'm hurt. I am hurt. When I got home, I shed a couple tears. Like, she got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Girl, I was hot. And I think I'm one of those people that when I get really angry, I cry. So I didn't cry because I was sad, but I cried because she just had me messed up. Like, I did all of this for you. Like, I was really a good friend to you, and you turn around and do that. And then I got to thinking, like, I hope it was worth it. I hope that sex that you had with him was worth losing a good friend, because I'm solid. When I tell you I'm a solid friend, when we are really friends, I'm really that. So I am upset, like, but it's like, whatever, it's okay, you know what I'm saying, because what goes around comes around. And one thing that my mom told me is, you lose them how you get them. So I was like, she did that to me, and she got him. Like, they started talking, they were dating and everything. So but wait, I'm jumping too far into the story, because once it happened, let me tell you, I didn't automatically just say, oh, it's okay. Nah, for like a week I was looking for her around school, and I could not find her. She was dodging me. Like, her cousin told her that I was looking for her. Like, he told her that he told me what happened. So she was dodging me. Like, I could not find her in school. In the time that it happened, we had just changed semesters, so we didn't have a class together anymore, whatever. So I didn't see her around school or nothing. So I'm hot. Like, I even pulled up to her house one day, and she wasn't home. So by the time that I seen her, I didn't even care no more. It was like a week and a half. I wasn't as upset. So it was just like, you already know I know. nothing to say to you. Like, I don't even see you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to fight her anymore because she took so long. Like, it took so long for me to even see her again. So by the time that I saw her, I'm just like, it's okay. That's alright. Have him, girl. Have him. And I didn't communicate with him either. Like, I didn't confirm it with him. I didn't say, oh, why did you do this or anything like that. Like, a man is gonna be a man and he's gonna do what he wants to do. So I let him be. I didn't text him, none of that. I didn't ask him about it. I just deleted his number and stopped communicating with him. So later down the line, when there were more parties, I would see him. I wouldn't speak or nothing, and he knew that I knew too because she told him. So okay, they started dating and everything. I would see him at parties and it would be nothing. I would just act like I don't even see him. And the way he looked at me, I could tell he felt bad, but not really. Like, you don't feel that bad. You didn't apologize to me. You didn't, nothing. Like, you still talk to her or whatever. So they did what they did. I didn't even really pay them too much attention. I blocked her on Facebook and him. I found that they were talking and dating through the cousin or whatever. He had told me that they had, kept talking or whatever. So it was what it was. I just counted it as whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, both of them lost. Them losing me was greater than me losing them. You see what I'm saying? Like, cool, everything happens for a reason. I'm not finna trip over it. Like, once I actually got over it and I wasn't mad no more, it was dead to me, the whole situation and them. So I would see him at parties. He would look guilty or whatever. Then maybe a year had passed or even 2. I saw him again and he tried to talk to me. You know what? I spoke. I said, hey, how you doing? And I kept it brief, but I could tell that he wanted to talk to me more, but I wasn't gonna give him that. So what happened? I'm trying to make sure I include everything in this story. So he was hitting me up through another Facebook account on Facebook and just trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, we have nothing to talk about. Like, he wanted to discuss the whole situation years later, and I'm like, you good? Like, I don't care. Like, that's over with. I don't care about it. You did what you did. And long story short, to this day, I don't have nothing against him or anything like that. But he will never get as close to me as he once was. And he's tried to talk to me, talk to me like that, like flirt. I would see him at little get-togethers and shit like that. But you could never have that position again. You can never get that close to me again. And as far as her, I haven't talked to her since. Not a word since. I have said nothing to her. So he's actually more lucky that I even spoke to him and dealt with him being in my presence, you know what I'm saying, years and years later. But as for her, she's blocked out. Don't care to ever see her. Don't care what she got going on. None of that. Because like I said, we were like this. So for you to betray me like that, cool. So let me tell y'all what ended up happening with them. They broke up and she lost him to another girl. So he got with somebody else and kicked her to the curb. And it's like, look at that. The same thing you did to me, somebody did to you. The only difference was the new girl wasn't her friend. But he still left her for another girl. So now look at you. You're sad. You're down and out. You're doing bad. Like, it was just all bad for her. Like, I don't know all her details, but what I do know is she ain't seeing me. She ain't seeing me in no type of way at all. Financially, success-wise, none of that. You ain't seeing me, sis. Face-wise, image-wise, you know what I'm saying? Confidence-wise, like, and I know that from a distance, so I can't even imagine what it's really like over there, you know? And I don't really care. All I know is I'm flourishing. That situation was a learning lesson for me, and I know not to easily, I'm not easily accessible like I used to be. I don't really just open up to people like I used to, you know. So it was a learning lesson for me, and sometimes we have to go through things to learn from them and to become better people. So I thank them. I thank them for teaching me a lesson, because I was able to use what I had learned in future situations. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if that had never happened, something else probably would have happened, and it would have been, I would have dealt with it differently. So I grew from that. So in hindsight, I'm very thankful for the whole, you know, situation. Like, okay, I learned from that. It's cool. You know, everybody gets treated poorly. Sometimes, you know, everybody gets betrayed by somebody, things like that. So it is what it is. It happens. It's life. I'm over it, and I'm doing well. I have nothing negative to say about either of the